time to be a hero. Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Coming to you once again from Clint's Comics Hero 101 Darbone Avenue in Monroe, Louisiana. And as promised, I'm doing episode 80 today. I did episode 79 about 2 days ago, and it should be on YouTube right now. I uploaded it this morning. So if you're watching this and you have not watched episode 79, I only got one word to say. Stop! Watch episode 79 first, then watch this episode. Alright, as you can see, I'm wearing a ULM themed Comic Hero tee, along with this Comic Hero, it's not Comic Hero, but this ULM hat. And I'm doing this because of the theme that I have for this month. It's football season. Football season just started last week, well, for college and high school, and it just started last night for the NFL. And next month is going to be Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I have about a few breast cancer themed Comic Hero tees I'm going to wear then. But let's not talk about what's to come. Let's talk about now. Again, I want to apologize for last week. I was supposed to have done episode 79, the episode that you should be watching right now, or the episode you should have already watched. But I had a few personal things that I had to take care of. So I did episode 79 2 days ago, and I'm doing it today, Friday, September 11, 2015. And with September 11th in mind, 14 years ago, we suffered the biggest American tragedy, the biggest tragedy this country has ever seen. And, this is a time that, we have to be united as more than ever. And well, let's just say that I'm wearing American flag boxers. You are not going to see them because this is a family show, but just take my word for it. Alright, so I gotta ask, any questions? Alright, I have two questions for this episode, and the first question is from Emily Burns from Westmoreland, Louisiana, who I went to college with at ULM. She asks, what advice do you have for people who want to get into reading comics but don't know where to start? Are there any websites that you can read them off of in a sort of chronological order? Yes, Emily, there are plenty. I don't really know a lot of them by name because, when it comes to comics, I'm old school. Not old school, but I'm one of the real fanboys. I actually come here and spend my hard-earned money on them. But there is such thing as digital comics. Now you can find a lot of them you have to pay for. You have to pay for them. You have to pay the same amount as you would like regular comics if you were to, like, for example, to come here. There's some of them are free. Like if you like, most of them are labels that are anything but DC, Marvel, or IDW or Dark Horse. If I were you, Emily, I would Google digital comics and just see what comes up. But yeah, there are such things as reading comics online. As a matter of, kind of think of it, one of my friends from Franklin, Louisiana, Mary Leonard, she does the same thing. There's this comic series that she reads every week. I forgot what the name of it was, and I forgot what website it was on, but yeah. You can definitely do that. Alright, this next question is for Kiefer Price from Monroe, Louisiana, who I was also in band with at UL Limited Sound today, and I also with him, I co-founded, along with 3 other guys, a band that was around here in Monroe for about 1 year called Sanchez and the Symbiotes. He asked, who is the most misunderstood villain or anti-hero? Kiefer, that's simple. It's the Punisher. The Punisher, you have to remember, he's a good guy who just does bad things, and he ends up getting arrested because of them. They have to remember the whole origin behind the Punisher. I mean, Frank Castle, he and his wife and son were in a park, and his wife and son were murdered right in front of him. And he's on this never-ending war on crime, but he goes about it the wrong way. Instead of capturing folks and arresting them, making them answer for their crimes, he tortures and or kills them. Oh, hey, if you want to come over here and look some comics, go ahead. I mean, it's okay.
It's not a big
Oh, okay. And a lot of us tend to forget that he does fight crime, but he just goes about it the wrong way. So I had to say Punisher. And I was also thinking Deadpool, because he does the same thing, but the only difference is he's a mercenary. And so yeah, definitely the Punisher. And I guess Deadpool too, for the reasons that I just stated. All right, that's it for any questions. Now, my friend Brian Ferguson from Wake Forest, North Carolina, has suggested a DC versus Marvel fight for the ages. I'm still trying, and I had a hard time deciding on how this was going to end, or how this was going to go. But anyway, on the DC side, we have Clayface. On the Marvel side, we have Groot. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call DC versus Marvel. Hulk smash! Welcome to DC versus Marvel. Today is Clayface versus Groot. Because there were several characters that went by the name Clayface, I'll be using the original one created by the late great Bob Kane. Clayface possesses shape-shifting, power duplication, and the ability to melt people via physical contact. Groot possesses the ability to absorb wood to feed, rebuild cells, and enhance his strength to control trees. He also possesses regeneration and resistance to fire. Who will win? This would start as a war of words, with Clayface being a former actor, and Groot only being able to say the same 3 words over and over again. Clayface would have enough of Groot saying, "I am Groot," and go on the attack. Clayface tries to end it quickly by melting Groot via contact, but Groot's speed is on par with Clayface. Groot counters by sprouting a tree underneath Clayface. He then attempts to hit Clayface with a tree, but Clayface seeps into the ground. Clayface tries to melt Groot again, but Groot grows up to 50 times his original size, picks up Clayface, and throws him towards a nearby transformer. Groot eventually melts due to the contact, but grows back within days. Groot wins. And that concludes this DC versus Marvel fight. I am Groot. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the DC versus Marvel segment. And if you have any requests for a DC versus Marvel fight or for any questions, contact info is down there. Now then, it's time for my favorite, your favorite segment, Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, now as promised, I'm going to talk about the conclusion to the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows miniseries. I just read it, and it was Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and then their daughter Annie up against Regent, and they beat them. Now, but Mary Jane does the unthinkable though. She puts on a suit that had the same powers as Regent, but it was actually Annie who beat her. She was about to go after him. I mean, with fist flying, but then Hawkeye had said, "No, take this arrow." So she takes the arrow, and she's about to, and then all of a sudden she comes down on Regent, and then stabs him in the back of the neck with him, rendering him powerless. Now Regent is this villain in the miniseries who wants to. He's a good guy that he has good intentions for what he does, but he goes about it the wrong way, just like the Punisher. He wants to kill and steal the powers from just about most of the good people and all the heroes in the Marvel Universe. I mean, he's already killed about 90% of the Avengers. He even killed the Hulk. That's right, Regent killed the Hulk. And the only reason that he was going to steal their powers and kill them in the process was because he wanted to fight Dr. Doom. Now keep in mind, Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows is a miniseries within the Secret Wars miniseries that's going on right now. And in the Secret Wars miniseries, the Marvel Universe, the original Marvel Universe collides with the Ultimate Marvel Universe. And then from it is forged Battleworld, where it's like different parts, where it's like these different countries or what have you, or different continents. But instead of worshiping God, they worship Doom. And so Regent decides he wants to go after Doom. I mean, which isn't a bad thing, but he went about it, like I said, he went about it the wrong way. So that's the end of the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. Dude, you do not have to seriously. No, it's all right. You should stand free. No, it's all right. Now it's all right. Don't worry about it. All right, but anyway, that's the end of the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows miniseries. There's other miniseries within the Secret Wars miniseries that are going on right now, and they are amazing. Like Spider Island, A-Force, Years of Future Past. They're all great miniseries to go along with Secret Wars. And out of Secret Wars is going to be this all new, all different Marvel universe. And they're going to be like different status quos and everything. And get this, they're going to be not one Spider-Man, two Spider-Men. If you don't know who they are, Peter Parker and Miles Morales from the Ultimate line of Marvel books. They're both going to be Spider-Man, and they're both going to have their own books. Peter Parker's book is going to be called The Amazing Spider-Man, and Miles Morales' book is going to be called Spider-Man. So there you have it. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now, if you have any topics that you want me to talk about in Comically Speaking, once again, contact info is down there. And please do that, folks, because it's been a long time since somebody has suggested a topic to me for Comically Speaking. I mean, because I don't mind doing this show. I mean, looking up info on my own, I don't mind that. but I would really love to hear your input. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Action Comics number 44. This is a continuation of the true story arc that's going on in this book, as well as Batman, Superman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. And I tell you, Superman, one of the things that he's dealing with in his book is the fact that he has no powers, and that Lois Lane pretty much revealed his secret identity to the whole world. And as you can see, now you're probably noticing, okay, if this is Action Comics, then why in the world is Green Lantern on the front of the cover? Well, the reason is because this is a Green Lantern 75th anniversary variant cover that DC is doing this month. And unless I'm mistaken, I think DC next month they do variant covers every month, and I think they're doing Warner Looney Tunes characters variant covers for next month. All right, next up is Green Lantern number 44. This is part of the Renegade story arc that's going on in the book, and for those of y'all who don't know, let me get you up to speed. Green Lantern, or should I say Hal Jordan rather, gave up being a Green Lantern, and he stole the gauntlet that was first used by one of their villains that Green Lantern had killed, named Kronos. Now, keep in mind, Kronos was a Guardian gone completely wrong. So he steals the gauntlet and then takes off from Oa, and he is the most wanted man throughout the galaxy. All right, next up is A-Force number 4. This is a miniseries within the Secret Wars miniseries, and this is a book that it's an Avengers book, and it features nothing but female characters in the Marvel Universe, and this book is awesome. I mean, the leader of the A-Force is She-Hulk, and she's leading a group of female Avengers like Rogue, Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman. And when I mean Spider-Woman, I mean both of them, both Jessica Drew and Gwen Stacy. Oh, by the way, they're bringing Gwen Stacy back to the all new, all different Marvel Universe. They're bringing her back from the dead. But actually, they already did that in the Spider-Verse story arc, with every Spider-Man related character throughout the Marvel multiverse all teamed up to defeat the Inheritors. But this book right here is amazing. They're also going to be coming out with a monthly A-Force series starting next month in the all new, all different Marvel. And lastly, Batman Superman number 24. This is also part of the true story arc, and at first when this book started coming out, I said, no, I'm not going to read it. But then when I found out that it was part of the true story arc that started a few months ago, I said, you know what, why not? All right, that's 4 I bought, which brings the total number of comics I bought since December of 1997 to 6,943. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and like I said, if you're watching this episode, you haven't watched episode 89, stop. Watch episode 79 first, then watch this one. And if you have any questions for any question segment, or DC versus Marvel fight request, or comically speaking topics, contact info is down there. Now, I did say that the theme for this month is football season. However, one of my good friends that I used to be in band with at ULM, Holly Pell, she made me aware. Yeah, go ahead, Quinn. She made me aware that this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Awareness Month. And with that being said, I'm going to wear these two shirts that I just made, and I'm going to be wearing one that's themed for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Awareness Month. And of course, the colors for Childhood Cancer Awareness are yellow, and the colors for polycystic ovarian syndrome are teal. I think it's teal. So I want to do that because it really breaks my heart when anyone has cancer, but it really breaks my heart when children have cancer. And so I really want to do that. So episodes 81 and 82 for the next 2 weeks will be those themes respectively. Oh, and t-shirts. All right, folks, I make t-shirts for other customers. Go ahead, Glenn. And the prices for them are, for adults, are $12, and for children are $5. We're $7, excuse me. Yeah, adults 12, children 7. And I just gave some t-shirts to one of my good friends, Brittany Polk, and her son Bo. And if y'all are watching, I hope you like your t-shirts. And if y'all ever wear your t-shirts, please get a picture of yourself taken, and I will put you on the mighty Comic Hero Wall of Fame. Now keep in mind, this isn't for me. This is for y'all. This is me showing gratitude for buying shirts from me. Alright, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'm about to pay for these books. I'll see you next week for episode 81, right back here at Clint's Comics. Till then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero. Talons out. Thanks for watching. Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Coming to you once again from Clint's Comics here in Monroe, Louisiana. Dang it, blooper reel. Alright, we have 2 questions for this episode, and the first question is from Emily Burns from West Monroe, Louisiana, who I went to college with at ULM. She asks, what advice do you have for people who want to get into reading comics but don't know where to start? Are there any websites that you can read them off of? Blooper reel. That's dumb.